Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly vlog series. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ryan Poblete. I'm a freelance bookkeeper / accountant. I've been doing this kind of work for almost 4 years now. If you clicked on this video, I'm doing a series where I'm showing you guys everything I'm doing to try to grow my bookkeeping business. I currently have 3 reoccurring bookkeeping clients. There's a few things that are going on in my business. I'm getting to certain points in growing this business, and then there's other point like overcoming certain things, and then there's other things that I'm starting to come across that I have to overcome. So what I mean by that is I'm at a point where I was at a point previously where I wasn't able to book meetings. Now I'm at a point where I can book meetings. It's just repetitions, and now I have to figure out how to convert on those meetings. So follow me along in my journey. I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm currently working on in my business. Let's see what this week has in store for us. I just want to share my goals for 2026. Every year my goal is to be more disciplined and consistent, but what does this mean? For me, every year I just want to be more consistent in all of the areas of my life, and for me I prioritize my health, my relationship with my partner, my family, my business, and really anything outside of that is not really ranked much in my priority list. I think to sum up my goal for 2026, there's a lot of things in 2025 that I did well. There's a lot of things that I could have worked on. Definitely not where I want to be yet. I think I can sum up my goals to just never skipping 2 days in a row. So for 2026, that's going to be my main focus. What are some things that I did well in 2025? For starters, I have completely jumped into my business. I feel like for a lot of people, it's really hard to take that first step. And for me, my timing was last year. And maybe if you are in a similar boat, maybe your timing was last year, maybe that wasn't your timing. Maybe it's this year in 2026. But for me, my timing was 2025, and I was able to jump in, make a ton of mistakes, learn a lot, and eventually get to where I'm at now, which is okay. I will say it was a good start. Not the best start, but it was good. Some wins were just consistently putting myself out there on social media, experimenting, learning different things about editing and marketing, and just being consistent that way. I also prioritized my health after hours working out. I also prioritized my time with my partner, my family. I want to definitely continue to keep doing that in 2026. What are some things that I could improve on for 2026? I could have done better following up with people when it comes to my sales process, because I wasn't really able to land a lot of clients in 2025, which is okay. But yeah, I just thought I would be further along in my journey in starting my business. I thought I would be able to have more clients, but in all of 2025, I wasn't able to have more than 4 or 5 recurring bookkeeping clients. So definitely, I think there's a bottleneck somewhere there, and I'm going to try to figure out how to overcome that part. And I think it has to do with my sales process. So I'm going to be sharing all of that. Some exciting news for 2026. I'm going to have some help when it comes to marketing. Have an employee. That's my employee. Just kidding. Not really my employee. but I am going to have some help in 2026 when it comes to marketing. Final thoughts for 2025. I think that everything was supposed to happen exactly how it happened. I think everything that happened in 2025 is just part of my own story and part of my own journey. Like I said, I'm not really where I want to be yet, but I think I had to have that year in order to move forward. It gives me time to reflect, gives me time to think of things to work on and really just improve. For 2026, I felt like I was doing a lot of things right in 2025, but I just have to make them more efficient now and improve certain systems that I have in place. But for 2026, I'm just gonna keep showing up. I'm just gonna keep being myself, keep diving in deeper and deeper into my business. Whenever I think I'm doing everything I can, I just feel like that's not true, because if I was, I would be where I wanted to be, right? So I'm just gonna keep being myself, just keep being present, keep having a good attitude, keep sharing my progress with you guys, and hopefully good things will happen. Hey, this is Ryan from Facebook. How's it going, man? I'm good, man, good. How's your year starting off? Good, man, I'm glad to hear. I can't complain, man. I can't actually believe it's been a whole year already since we're in 2026. Yeah, I know time is it's flying by, but you know, we're here. We're here. Cool, man. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you just taking a few minutes. I know you're probably busy too. I don't want to take up all your time. I just figured just hopping on a quick call is just the most convenient. You know, it gives me a chance to maybe ask a few questions about your business, see how I might be able to help out, and if it doesn't make sense to work together, also just point you in the right direction, and also gives you a chance to ask me questions too. So I guess I'll start off, man. Tell me about your business. I want to know how you got to where you are now, and some business goals and maybe even some personal goals. But okay, awesome, man. You said you worked under someone beforehand, and then now you're just like doing things yourself. So you said you do window tinting. Do you still do mobile detailing as well, or just window tinting? Do you have, I guess, like a record of how much income that you collected last year, some business expenses, like anything like that? One of the main perks of being a business owner is the more that you can deduct, the less taxes that you have to pay. It's probably the easiest way to put it. So you have like personal expenses and then you have business expenses. But anything that is ordinary and necessary for your business, even though it could be like a personal expense, you can claim it like as a business expense. So that kind of like unlocks as a business owner. So just to give you an example, you were operating, you know, in your garage like last year, that we can claim like home office deduction, and you can write that off against your income, lower your income, and then pay less taxes like that. If you use your cell phone, you probably use your cell phone, we can deduct that. If you were a mobile detailer and you drove to other people, we can write off auto expenses, business mileage. So anything that you can deduct will just help you pay like less taxes. And I also like to ask about like business goals and personal goals, because just depending on what kind of goals you have for the future, if you want to get like approved for a loan to get like a house or whatever it is. I work with different people, like they have different goals, and just depending on what their goals are, you know, we want to be able to claim a certain amount. But if your goal is, you know, you just want to pay like the least amount of taxes as possible, I could help you come up with like different expenses that you might not be thinking about in your business, that we can just pay the least amount of taxes, being it's like your first year. Do you have like a separate business bank account, or do you collect everything through like your personal bank? So for 2025, you're looking to implement QuickBooks, or do you want to start that like in 2026, just like New Year, start that off? And then I would just say for sure, even like you said, you have like a separate business account open already, I would just start everything that's related to the business. You want to separate that out as soon as possible. I guess just piggybacking off of what you were saying, 2026, we can start doing like QuickBooks. It'll just be easier to like track your expenses. As far as 2025, we do need to get everything prepared so that you can file your taxes. And from what it sounds like, maybe for 2025, we can just look through your bank statements. Do you only have like one personal bank account? So it should be pretty straightforward. I mean, for 2025, I don't know if you want to So the next step would just be differentiating what are business expenses and then what are personal expenses. And then once we have that, we'll be able to file your taxes. And then 2026, the project going forward would be setting you up with like an actual accounting system. I hear that. Yeah, no, I feel like as a business owner, you're wearing all of the different hats possible. So I definitely hear you on that. We'll take it a step at a time. I'll send you over my email. Send me over the statements just whenever you get a chance. And then, if you decide, it makes sense to work together, then I would love to help out. But if not, like I said, man, I'm here. I'm a resource. I feel like a lot of the times it's hard to like start a business and then you're doing like kind of like everything, and especially we're not really taught like exactly how the accounting side of it works. Please utilize me as a resource. Like I said, this is my cell. If you have any questions or anything, please feel free to reach out. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a service-based business or a personal injury law firm and you need help with your QuickBooks, please feel free to reach out to me on any of my social media, or you can comment down below the word clear. I'd love to help out. If you like this content, please consider subscribing and following me along on my journey. I hope to see you guys next week.